Yeah, more say all praises and honor unto Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Cleveland Stone. Shalom to all the brothers and money across the world. We are pushing this truth in our sincerity and in our honesty. Yeah, shalom also to the few sisters out there. Yeah, this is the brother from the James Jamaica camp, and Neshamai.
Chapal.
I know one, do a lesson, this video we see, on social media, right? This woman, asking the question, about how the whole separation between men and women can reverse, right? And we understand and we understand and we know that the only way this thing can really truly fix is through the Heavenly Father. And how am I going to do it? I'm going to basically, do it through all the things I'm going to bring up on the earth in order to make these women fall right back in your basically place, right? You know, a reason, and then, they come to agreement that not going to work because Esau, Edom, right, they are of agenda, right, basically bring, chaos, all the true chaos, a matter of fact. That's basically their motto, all the true chaos, all okay, right? So that's all they want to bring them NWO through all these things. And we understand according to the scripture how the things are going to basically set back in the right order. Because the scripture tells us, right, how the Heavenly Father going to do it. Right, give me Isaiah, brother, Isaiah 13 and verse 12.
This is Isaiah 13 and verse 12.
One.
It says, and I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
God says, if I say the Lord says, I'm going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Right? I'm not talking about no regular man, I'm talking about the elect. So all the things that basically are about to come up on the earth, right? The elect, he's going to be, especially those days, in those days, going to be precious. Right? Because the elect going to have what? The wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding, of the scripture. And plus, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemeshua say, wisdom and knowledge are going to be what the strength and stability after time. So the mass majority of people, basically bug out or losing it, they're going to stay firm, right? And one thing the scripture says, man shall be a hiding place from the covert. That's how it's going to get fixed, on this side. Through all the things that they mentioned, the Heavenly Father will bring upon the earth. Woman naturally, scared because basically them spirit. Yeah, to them as the weaker sex, right? So they're going to naturally fall in harder, when they see the chaos and all these things that put on the earth. Because even as we are speaking, going back to slavery, right? Esau did a lot of things to our four parents going back then in order to basically break the men, right? And also to get basically the women who believe in the Israelite men no more. Starting with so-called Negroes, mix Latinos and Native American in there, right? Break us up in order to basically, get them in this mindset from them time. Ultimately, we know that to go back to the Heavenly Father, the curses and punishment for the Israelite men. But this is always people say they're going to basically get done. Right, go on, brother?
Yeah, we continue.
No,
okay, this is Deuteronomy 24, 28 start here, and verse 54. Let's jump and get the point. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be heaved towards his brother, towards the wife of his bosom.
And towards the wife of his bosom. And the word wife basically, I believe we go back to the word with, which basically mean woman. So wife is a woman. So the men, Israelite men are mine, how he evil towards the woman. Right, you have to go back to the curse as the brother mentioned. Right, go on.
Alright. So towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children which he shall leave.
And towards also the remnant of his children which he shall leave. That's the reason why you have a broken home. Right? The majority, our people or the young youths them growing up without a father figure in the house. You can go back to the curse as scripture said. Yeah? Do you read the last part again?
Alright, to say towards the remnant of his children which he shall leave.
So the father leave. So the separation between the father and the mother, that's basically a part of the curse that the Heavenly Father put upon us. right, as I mentioned, ultimately to basically punish the Israelite men, right?
Verse
And
6.
then I use him, that I use him left hand side and do it, man.
Yeah.
He use the wicked, which is the so-called white man,
Yeah.
to bring the separation, man. Because, as for instance, the America, where we always speak about this, back in the 70s, or then coming with the welfare,
Section 8.
Section 8, make the woman breed up, get a whole heap of pitney, and basically, hey, them keep the pitney, and the government take care of them. So them no need them basically say them no need a man at the house. Then because them get taken care of by the state. And how the weak or the enemy do that, them know say when you have a man at the house, the man always keep the house in the order and grow the youth them in the correct order how they're supposed to go.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gone.
They basically use divide and conquer style.
Yeah, divide and conquer.
Yeah, God. As the brother mentioned about divide and conquer, even going through the time of slavery, as I mentioned earlier, our foreparents, go through a lot of things, all of the relationship of Esau, Edom back then, right? Because even, things that our foreparents go through, like for example, breaking, right? When do to the men them, right? And when Esau do things back then, going back to during the time of slavery, he always did. So the mass majority of people are just slave them that they can see, right? So him get the women them or the foreparents, back then, the women them amongst the people back then, basically lose confidence that the Israelite men because they show that they have no power. Break them, a matter of fact, in front of, the highest, are them women and also them children. So I'll go back to even during the time of slavery. But the Willie Lynch method, as brother if I mention about the Willie Lynch method, where them basically use, and our parents back then, foreparents back then.
They say they, once you teach the woman, then we teach the children and their children and then teach their children.
Come on, brother.
Alright, verse 57, there's Deuteronomy 28, part of the curses. So the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be heaved towards her husband, the husband of her bosom, and towards her sons and daughters, towards her sons and towards her daughter.
Right. So that's basically part of the curse, right? You can bring on the Isaiah now, our scripture.
Isaiah 32 and verse 1 says, Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment.
Yeah, because the Heavenly Father are going to set by the hard, right? Yahushai, right? The man of people ignorant because Jesus is coming back, to deliver the elect and also remove these, Edomites, so-called white people from out of power and set back everything in perfect order, right? But the order going to start to set back from this side. As I mentioned, she asked a question, how this thing are going to reverse. Right? Even if we're going to bring a lot of things up on the earth, through it, Esau, Edom, and left hand side, as the brother mentioned, and the women are automatically going to fall in order. And we don't fall in order, they're going to basically die. Right? Because they're going to reach so. Because the current way of things are flow right now, they're going to change overnight. Total chaos. Right? Super say a man shall be a hiding place. And the brother get in the scripture. So man gonna be very important, elect a matter of fact, as brother said with the scripture earlier on, and be more precious than even find gold in those days. Right, go on, brother.
Verse 2, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Exactly. Right, so, people say a man is going to be a hiding place from the wind and from the cover. Right, from a storm. Right, you have, this documentary, with Alex, terror storm. Through all the chaos, martial and all these things that come up on the earth. People going to basically be afraid. The scripture even tell us. Say men gonna be afraid. Man, I'll cry like a woman in travail pain. So imagine that. Right? The scripture actually tell us that. Say man, I'll cry like a woman. So imagine what will happen to the woman basically a weaker sex and the children. So they're gonna need a protector or a guidance in the days to come. So the order gonna set back through all these things that Heavenly Father gonna bring upon your earth. Right, go on.
This is Isaiah 1 and verse 26. Let me get from verse 25. So I will Sakia. Isaiah 1 verse 25. And I will turn my hand upon thee and purge away thy just and take away all thy sin.
He said, Lord going to purge the nation of Israel. Right? He said, He's not going to left us all together and punish. Right? But He will correct us in measure. Right? Tell us in Zechariah, in our land, which is the land of America, 2 parts therein shall cut off and die, and a third are left to go through the fire. That's how He's going to basically, purge, cut off the mass majority of people in America. Third are going to left to go through the fire. Right? One.
So, and I will restore thy judges as at the first,
One.
and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterwards, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness.
Yeah, so they're all going to set back. So everything going to set back in the right place. Right, the men, as he give us the harder in Corinthians, right, you can bring it up, brother. The harder going to set back, going to restore, because Esau Edom is all about confusion, right? So the harder, natural harder going to set back on the earth. Right. First, look at 2 Corinthians 11 and 3. Second or first?
Bring that one in the meantime. Psalms 110 and verse 3 says, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power.
Exactly. Straight to the point. Right? The scripture said, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. They're going to go willing to follow our harder. Our people are going to willing to follow our harder. Even the women in our nation are going to willing to follow our harder, because now they don't see our power in. Right? The scripture said, there shall be no might in our hand. Okay. So we don't have no power, no real power right now, because we honor the rulership, the so-called white man. We're still a slave even to this very day, to the so-called white man. The scripture says, Lord going to give us either to and wait upon Him, shall renew their strength. So Lord going to give us that power back. So they're not going to look down on us no more, they're going to look up. Because they're going to see our power. Right? Come right now, they're seeing the Esau Edom power. He's the one ruling. He's the one that basically giving them all these privilege to do all these things.
So they're willing to serve Him.
So they're willing to follow the ways of Esau Edom. Woman naturally is a follower. Right?
Once you have the power, then follow them.
Yeah,
woman respect power, man.
Woman respect power.
Yes.
Right, go on.
The day of thy power, the beauties of holiness, from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth.
Right.
This is 1 Corinthians 11 verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is a Mashiach,
Done.
and the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is the man. So they are going to restore it back the right way. Because people say, yeah, go back to even the prophecy. The Lord speak about a woman shall come past a man.
God.
So woman before man right now are ruling in this society. Right? And that's a part of basically punishment. You have to bring up a couple more scripture and then wrap it up before them start to spray this. Portion of them spraying that they are. Mother for you, I'm thinking him. Yeah. Alright, so bring out the scripture, brother.
So this is Isaiah 4 and verse 1.
1.
Isaiah 4 and 1. It says in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
God, so it's how we're going to basically get serious. Right? In the near future to come. All the chaos and all these things that come up on the earth. Right? They're going to fall right back in the order. That's what we're going to do here. Naturally. Even if we're going to do it here. So say in that day, the time we're approaching rapidly right now. Right? With all the chaos and all the madness that will take place. Right? Go on. People say, man's heart feeling them for fear for the things that they see come up on the earth. Go on. Go on.
Saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel.
Go on.
Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
Take away our reproach. And the reproach basically go back to what? Scorn or disgrace. Right? So they're willing to basically make it up. You know what I'm saying? Right? Willing to follow our lead, in other words. Right? That's what we're going to do. So all these things that they're going to bring right up on the earth.
That's right.
Seem like to a regular man, it seems like there's no hope. Right? It cannot fix. Right? To a carnal man, but we understand that we know that Heavenly Father is going to fix all the problems on the earth. To a regular man, we don't have no hope. You know? Because the hope in this society is no hope at all.
Done.
Right? It seems like they cannot fix. But Heavenly Father is going to fix it up. Right? What?
Right.
Because the Lord basically control it.
Yeah, I am a human being too.
Want it fixed. know? So no matter what them try, now go fix because that's how the Lord wanted. Only until the Lord come and redeem us.
Yeah, man, yeah. Until the destruction
In
comes.
the time of coming
face it.
destruction, they're going to fall. So set back. Do them time.
This is 2 Ezra 7 and verse 43. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time.
They said the day of doom going to be the end of this world, the end of this madness. Right? End of this division, madness, amongst, the Israelite men against, women. Right? The curse is what we have right now. I'm going to remove from our house according to what the scripture said and go upon the nation then. So we're not going to go through none of this madness here. As the brother, the scripture said, his brother high shall be evil towards his wife. Or the husband is going to be evil towards his wife, according to the scripture. All these things are going to remove from our house. So they're going to basically restore us or restore people back in the right mindset. Through the scripture said, Isaiah, so take away, stony heart out of the flesh. A new heart we will basically give us. Right, we have the laws in our inward part. So we're going to be perfect. Right, go on?
Shall be the end of this time and the beginning of immortality for it to come.
And the beginning of immortality for it to come. Right? He said we're going to change from mortal to immortality in a twinkling of an eye. So we're not going to no longer have these problems that we have right now. Right? All these things are become a thing of the past in the near future. Right? Go on?
That's how it's going to
That's how it's going to restore. Heavenly Father going to do it to you.
You're not going to look for reverse, to restore.
Go on.
See? It says of immortality for it to come, wherein corruption is past, intemperance is at an end, and infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown, and the truth is sprung up.
Go on.
Yes.
Right? My brother, scripture.
Isaiah 4 and 4 says, when the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion.
When the Lord shall wash away the filth of the daughters of Zion, because this society is corrupt living right now. All different type of madness you see, in this society. Right? Even though you could Jamaica now, things that we see happen right now. 15 years ago, somebody tells you anything that happen. On this rate, you would believe. But the scripture said the Lord is going to wash away the filth from the daughters of Zion. So the Lord is going to purge the nation of Israel. They're going to clean us again. As I mentioned, restore our people. Right? The right way. Go on. Start with the leg.
And shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment.
By the spirit of what? Judgment.
And by the spirit of burning.
By the spirit of burning. Exactly. So that's how people are going to get destroyed, in the coming nuclear destruction in America, as I mentioned earlier, and super said 2 parts therein shall cut off and die. Right, and a third are going to left to go through the fire. Yeah. Right? Basically that's how the Heavenly Father is going to do it. Get rid of the mass majority of people and through the elect, all who die on this side, they're going to come back in the kingdom in their right mind.
Purge.
Right? So it's going to go done. Right? To how Bashim and shine. Right, so with that, I say all praises and honor to how Bashim and shine, double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers out there across the world again. And shalom to the few sisters. Yeah, shalom.
Shalom.